Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, I'm Kelsey.
Nice to meet you, Kelsey.
Nice to meet you.
All right. Well, before we begin, I just wanted to go over the informed consent with you. The main thing in here is your confidentiality. Anything that you say to me in here will be confidential. And the only times that I have to breach that confidentiality is when anything comes up to where I found out that there is an abuse to the elderly, children, or any person with a disability. I do have to report that to the authorities. Also, if I have any reason to believe that you would cause any bodily harm to yourself or to anyone else. And then also, if we're talking and I hear of any sexual misconduct by the licensed individual that you or anyone else has been in contact with, I do have to report that as well. So, how could I contact you? What would be the best way?
The cell phone number that I left on the form is fine. Text, call, that's usually my main point of contact. So.
Perfect. I did just wanted to let you know that if you do choose to email me, it's not always confidential. It would be on my end, on your end as well, probably, but we can't always get around that.
Yeah, I don't trust technology like
so,
that anyway. So.
Perfect. So the cell phone will be where we go with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then real quick, I just wanted to explain to you kind of what I do and how I approach therapy if you choose to continue seeing me. I have a cognitive behavioral therapy approach, and basically, in layman's terms, we'll be looking at your cognitions, your thinking patterns, and how you can maybe change some of those or challenge those to have a more positive outlook, and in turn that does help your behavior a lot of the time. And then we'll work on some of your behavior at that time as well. Okay? Do you have any questions about that? No. Okay. So, first and foremost, what brings you in today?
I mean, I've just been so overwhelmingly sad and having these random crying spells that my roommates kind of urged me that I needed to see someone.
I'm sorry to hear that. So you do have your roommates who pushed you to seek therapy?
Yeah, they noticed, I guess, that I wasn't really leaving my room too much and wasn't myself like I was a few months ago, so they just don't like seeing me that way, and I don't like feeling that way, so I kind of agreed that, yeah, something needs to be done. So.
Right, and you said a couple of months ago you were feeling better than this. I'm wondering, did anything happen during that time?
I mean, I was just, excited to go to see my family in Nicaragua, and I hadn't seen them in a long time, so I guess I was just really excited to go where I feel like is home, and, be around the people I love and everything like that, and just ever since I got back, I just miss them, and I miss that I haven't been there in 5 years, and like my best friend's kid was this big when I left, and now she's like a 4-year-old young adult. Like, it's just mind blowing how much that I missed from not being there. So I just really want to go back. Anything.
So you're feeling maybe a little homesick, little distant from your family.
Yeah, and I mean, I know I can call them, but it's not like actually being there for my family. And like I have my mom here, but our relationship's not that great. But when we're in Nicaragua, it's like a whole different dynamic.
Between you and your mother as well?
Yeah, actually, yeah. We get along a lot better there. I don't know. Maybe she feels a little homesick too. But we get along a lot better when there's the rest of the family around. So.
Did you ever previously live in Nicaragua?
No, I just go over summers and stuff. My dad is Brazilian and my mom's Nicaraguan, so he would, be there too. We would all take, trips to Nicaragua, and I mean, literally my entire family lives there except for my mom. She lives here in the United States, but that's
And your father lives there as well?
he lives in Brazil now, but I mean, we're not really close, so I haven't really talked to him in like, I can't even tell you how long, almost 10 years maybe now.
And what caused the separation?
He was like really present in my life for a long time, and I don't know if it was my parents and the way that maybe my mom had said something, but they didn't get along very well, and so it was really just my mom and I growing up. He never really reached out. I never really reached out. I just kind of like he disappeared almost.
So there's a distance between
Yeah.
you guys emotionally. And then you said that with your mother, it's a little strange when you're over here. Do you spend a lot of time with her, or?
No, I mean, like once a week on Sundays we get together for dinner, but she's just a really anxious person. But when she's in Nicaragua, she's a lot more laid back, so I don't know if it's just being here or what, but she's a lot to handle on her own.
Right. And does she have anyone around, or do you have any other family members that live over here as well?
No, they all live there, really, so that's kind of why I miss it so much, I guess. Like my heart and soul is in Nicaragua.
That's understandable. I'm sorry that you're struggling with this, and um, I'm just wondering if you and your mother could find a common ground here. Would that be something that you would like to work on, so that you have some?
Yeah, we've tried therapy before, and she doesn't like being told that she's not right or anything like that, so it's never really gone well.
Okay. Have you been a part of any other type of therapy before?
No, just her and I tried like family therapy just because we do have such a strained relationship at times,
But you didn't find it effective.
I mean, I did because the therapist could see where I was coming from, but my mom didn't take to it too well, so.
Okay. So you have felt comfortable in therapeutic setting before.
Right.
That's good. Also, how long ago was that, and for how long did you?
It was like about almost 5 years ago now. Yeah, we only went for like 3 sessions, I think it was though.
Very short period of time.
Like I said, she wasn't a big fan, so.
Well, I'm glad you chose to come back to therapy and work on it on your own. That does take a lot of time. So, how would you describe your current health at the time?
I mean, I'm pretty healthy. I try to eat well, like vegan, and I don't know, I've been having a lot of gastrointestinal issues that I've been exploring, but they can't seem to find any answers. And just before I was leaving to Nicaragua, I was actually hospitalized for some extreme pain on my side, like under my ribs, and it's still unexplained. But it was really kind of severe. But then I was in Nicaragua, and I didn't really have any issues. I don't know if I was eating the food from my home, and that's what my soul really needed, or what. But that's just everything felt good there, even my body. So it's just crazy that I can't feel that way right now.
So, have you seen a gastrointestinal specialist?
Yeah, I just had a test done, and they just said I had some inflammation, but it was unexplained as to why. mean, it's calmed down significantly. I haven't had any real issues since I left in Nicaragua, and even when I came back to Guatemala, I haven't been eating that much either.
So you found yourself having somewhat of a lack of appetite
Yeah,
coming back?
Food's not as good here as food in Nicaragua.
I can believe that. Okay, so any other medical concerns or any medication that they put you on possibly for?
No, I'm pretty holistic. That's why I'm vegan. I don't really try to, I don't even like taking medications.
Okay. And what about any substance abuse or use at all?
I mean, I drink socially with my friends, but I'm like a one and done kind of lightweight.
Okay, so that's never been an issue. Has drinking ever been an issue in your life before?
No.
Okay.
Can't handle alcohol. I do, however, smoke a lot of marijuana to help with my stomach issues that I've been having. And I mean, coming back too with my loss of appetite, just trying to smoke in order to eat so I can keep my strength up. But that's about it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna list off real quick just to make sure that I have everything. You said the marijuana and the occasional social alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Any amphetamines, stimulants?
No, I don't want to take anything that my body would like naturally ever come in contact with.
Okay, any barbiturates? Benzodiazepine? Any? Do you use caffeine?
Tea. I drink tea every now and then, but I don't even really like coffee, so.
Okay. Any club drugs, ecstasy,
No,
GHB?
I don't want any of that in my body.
Cocaine?
Nope.
Hallucinogens?
Mm-mm.
Heroin?
Nope.
Inhalants?
Mm.
Other opioids? Any like pain medication that you've ever used?
Nope,
for
I just use
the
marijuana. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and last of all, tobacco.
I smoke a clove cigarette every 3 weeks, maybe just one.
Okay.
But not even then, I don't really have an urge to go buy them, kind of thing. So.
Right. All right. And then I'm just gonna ask you some questions real quick about your childhood, your birth. How was your mother's health during her pregnancy with you? Are you aware of any of?
To my knowledge, everything was fine.
Okay, and to your knowledge, did she use any tobacco, alcohol, or any other drugs?
Not that I know.
Okay. And are you aware of any delays or difficulties during your childhood in school? Any, speech or toilet training, crawling, walking?
No, not that I know.
Okay.
Pretty normal.
And any other like medical illnesses or procedures as a child or infant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just wanted to go through, like I said, we're going to talk about your childhood a little bit. Did you ever experience any physical, emotional, sexual abuse?
Only the Chigreta, but that's like normal in any Spanish household, yeah.
Okay.
So I wouldn't really call it abuse. It's just the way that mom disciplines.
Right. And you say you identify with the Hispanic culture.
Yeah.
Is there any other affiliations with any groups of people?
I mean, I'm pretty Americanized. I don't know if that's the word to use, but I mean, I was born and raised here. As much as Nicaragua feels like home, this is kind of also my home, so it just doesn't feel as homey, I guess, because my family's not here.
Right. So you have that American sense as well.
Yeah.
It's just both.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even, have a Hispanic accent, so.
And any religious
My
affiliation?
mom's extremely Catholic. I'm not so religious at all. I'm more of I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of spiritual, but not book based or, I'm more like holistic and things like that, so.
Okay. It's more of like a spiritual kind
Yeah.
of taking care of
Spiritual
your
guidance,
body.
yeah, things like that. The body is a temple.
Uh, do you have any siblings? Anyone else in your
No,
family?
I'm an only child.
Was that easy, difficult for you? How was that experience not?
Well, my mom, being the ball of nerves that she is, it wasn't always fun. But obviously, growing up and moving out, even though it's not like traditional culture, I had to move out even though I wasn't married because I couldn't stay with her much longer. It was too much. But I guess that's the American in me.
A little overwhelming with the
That's
ball
my
and
Langley.
mom. Okay. Does anyone in your family have any substance abuse history or mental illness?
I mean, my grandfather likes to drink and my uncle likes to drink, but that's the only real issues that I'm aware of, at least. So,
Okay.
and my mom's pretty anxiety driven, and I can definitely see some of her tendencies that I take over too. Not that I like them, but they're there.
But you can tell some of that anxiety might be a learned behavior for you and how you deal with
it's funny when you
things.
live with roommates and they're not like up to your standards of like cleanliness and how you just like need to re-clean it or just clean up after yourself. It's not that hard.
Well, on that note, you live with your roommates, you say.
Yeah.
Correct. Is your relationship good with them?
Yeah, I mean, I have two of them. I'm closer with one of them than the other, but that's just because the other one just is really busy and then goes out and drinks a lot. So, and I work from home, and the one that I'm close with is a student, so we are kind of just home a lot more, and so we just talk a lot more and get along really well compared to my other roommates. So.
Well, that's great that you have someone in your immediate presence that you get along with and you can turn to. And then I'm just gonna go over some educational and job stuff with you real quick. So what was school like for you growing up?
It was good. I had a lot of Spanish friends, and I did really well in school, and I really liked it. But it gets hard at the end of it. But it was. I mean, I was good at it, and then I did some like medical school program after high school, but that was supposed to transfer down to Nicaragua. I was going to move back, but the credits didn't go over, and then I'd have to start all over again there. So I was just kind of gave up on that, I guess.
Well, I'm sorry, that's no fun whenever you put in the
International,
work.
Yeah, international business is no fun.
Is that something that you would be interested in going back and trying?
I mean, I'm pretty happy with the job that I have now, and I just got a significant raise, but I don't know. I mean,
Good.
yeah, it was pretty good.
What do you do now? What's your profession?
I'm a medical sales rep, like software representative, so I make money based on commissions. But my sales have been down a little bit since I got back from Nicaragua. But I mean, my base salary went up because we just changed bosses, so that was good. But I need to get my sales up, so.
Do you feel like your mood and since you've gotten back from Nicaragua is kind of affecting your?
Yeah, I don't really have the to go sell sales, on the phone. You have to kind of have a lot of personality, and I'm just get these overwhelming crying spells that I get scared that it's going to happen, and I even like postpone some of my meetings for work. And when I do have to be present in a phone meeting, I just put it on mute so they can just talk. And technically I'm there, but definitely not as invested as I should be.
Is it causing some financial problems with you?
I mean, being that it's so recent, like, no, not. I'm okay.
But that's not something you're excessively worried about, or?
No, I mean, and my job performance means a lot to me. Like I usually do really well, and that's why I got my base salary raise and everything. So, I mean, I definitely take pride in doing well in my job. So, kind of sucks that I'm not right now.
So legally, any arrest history?
No.
Any current legal issues that I should know about? Probation, pending charges?
Pretty good.
Okay. Are you currently in a relationship?
No. I mean, there's this boy in Nicaragua that we've had history and kind of had a little fling while I was down there, but no, really significant.
Okay.
I mean, he's significant, but he's far away too.
Is that kind of causing you some sadness as well that you can't be?
Yeah, I mean, we talk all the time, and it just kind of makes me miss not being there more. If anything, like, just want to physically be around him, and just want to feel like I did when I was there. Felt good.
Well, real quick, so your sexual orientation, what do you identify?
I'm heterosexual.
Heterosexual. Okay. Have you had any sexual abuse as an adult? Any traumatic events happen in that area?
Not that I can really think of, no.
Okay. Any other traumas you might identify with in your lifetime, childhood or current, or?
No, I try to just like play low and stay out of trouble, so
Okay.
don't really associate with people that get into trouble or do abuse or, I'm already angry enough that my best friend in Nicaragua was with an abusive husband. I just don't understand it, so.
Yeah, that can be hard and can be difficult watching someone you love go through.
Yeah, I just want to be there for her.
And I'm sure you are in different ways. I know it's hard. You're thinking that just because you're not there physically, but even a nice phone call is helpful.
Yeah, we definitely rekindled our friendship a little bit more, solidified it more while I was there, so we've been more in touch, which is nice.
That's definitely a positive that you even have those people in your life, and that you can talk to them on the phone and still communicate with them. I know it's hard being so far away, but you still do have those options for you. And I know you mentioned the child that you didn't really get to see. But technology is a wonderful thing. Maybe we could get you into some Skype or FaceTime.
She would love that. She's just old enough to pay attention to a computer screen now. So
and those kids
when she was a baby, couldn't really do that. So
right.
Something I can do now.
Okay. And then I do have to ask you, have you ever had any suicidal thoughts?
I mean, I used to think it was taboo, but when I came back, I just was so overwhelmed that I really thought it'd be better off just not here at all. But no, that's the first time it's ever crossed my mind. It was scary just thinking that, so part of the reason why I came, I guess.
Okay.
Scary about that.
Did you, was it more so that you're thinking, I just don't want to be here anymore, I don't want to feel this pain, or did you have an actual thought process of, how you would do it?
No, it was definitely just a thought of it'd be easier if I just wasn't here, but I didn't think of what I would do. It was scary just even thinking that for me, so.
Okay. And then, if you are feeling like that again, do you feel comfortable contacting someone? Who would be the person that you did contact if it did start spiraling out of control, where those thoughts were kind of taking over?
I mean, I definitely told my roommate, and that's part of the reason why I came. She really encouraged, reaching out for help is not a bad thing, so.
Well, that's great that you have that, especially in your immediate presence, like I said, and just let you know if those thoughts ever do arise and you are feeling very overwhelmed. I have suicide hotline, numbers I could give you. I will give you my direct number if you need to call me in an emergency situation. So I can give you a lot of resources, and it sounds like you do have quite a good support system to help you out just in case.
Yeah.
That starts
To have resources.
Right. And have you ever had any homicidal thoughts?
No.
No.
I just
not
lay
hurting
low.
anyone.
Yeah, no, it'd be crazy on my own. I'll just do my own thing over here. So.
Okay, and then just a couple, more questions about what do you like about yourself? What do you like to do?
Well, I do pole fitness, and it's kind of like the adult version for me because I used to do ballet when I was younger, so it still brings out like my femininity and things like that. So
Yeah.
I do that at home. I haven't in a while, but I used to like it a lot.
Well, it's amazing that you could, transform something that you used to enjoy doing to something that you can do as an adult as well.
It
So,
makes me feel elegant.
oh, So elegant, that's a nice word to describe yourself. Do you have any other strengths or any other positive feedback on your?
I mean, I'm like, once I let people in, I'm like really loving and supportive and caring, and I give people my all, so that's always hard sometimes, but I like investing in people because you get a lot back from them too. So.
I would have to agree. And then when you are feeling this type of sadness, I know you said you have these crying spells and you just, start getting really anxious about certain things. Is there anything that you like to do to calm yourself down or anything that you found to
I don't even
help?
know what to do, honestly. It becomes so overwhelming, like when I just think about home and all that I've missed out on and things like that. It's just so overwhelming. I just want to go back.
Life can be overwhelming at times, but maybe we can figure out some, good coping mechanisms, some different ways of looking at the situation, and maybe some ways to, connect yourself better with that family, even though you're not with them directly. And then also maybe figuring out some ways to where you can see them more often in person.
I'd like to see them more often. I want to move there, but.
And that's something that we could definitely talk about too. List all the pros and cons, and if that's something that you really wanted to do and move forward with, we could definitely come up with a plan of how to get you where you actually want to be. It is a big move financially, and everything that goes into moving, especially different countries, but people do it all the time.
It's so cheap to live over there. It's ridiculous. It's like $200 for a giant house. Like, I would love to live there.
Well, hey, that's definitely something we could explore and how we could get you to where you want to be. So overall, what do you want to get out of this?
I just want to feel better and not so like overwhelmed. Like I need to find a way to deal with this sadness because it's a little too overwhelming for my liking. Normal people can handle sadness or whatever reason right now I cannot, and it's affecting me.
And if tell me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of the sadness is also in turn causing you some anxiety to go, to your job because you're afraid you're gonna have a crying spell or, being out in normal day life. So we can definitely figure out some ways to help you out.
That'd be nice. I'd like to be a functioning person again. I'm not just in my room all the time.
Well, would you like to come back and see me?
Yeah. I think you need to work on the way I think about things. So.
And hey, that's what I was kind of describing to you earlier. It does, it makes a difference. It's hard to get yourself there, and situations in life are difficult, and sometimes it's okay to feel overwhelmed, but we need to get it to a point where it's not all the time and so debilitating to your life. So, all right. Well, when are you free next? When would you like to come back?
This time worked out for me. Just maybe on Wednesday or something instead. Just because I have a work meeting I'm supposed to go to next Tuesday. So.
Okay. So next Wednesday at this time.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, it's very nice to meet you.
Thank
Walk
you.
you out.